happening? What's happening? What's happening, everybody? What's going on? Yep, it is 6:30. It is 6:30. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Comment pin. Go to YouTube. Comment pin. Oh, I was supposed to be moving this right here. I was supposed to be moving this. Y'all, hold on. Let me just move this real quick. Move that real quick. Move this real quick. Move that real quick. That's moved. All right, man. Copy that. Paste that. Hit that. Hit that. That supposed to be 75. That supposed to be 75. 75. 75. All right. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, everybody? What's going on? Y'all pull. I see y'all pulling up. I see y'all pulling up. I see y'all pulling up. I was taking me a little nippity nap. Who in here? What's up, here to learn the show? What's up, Regina? What's up, Ryan? What's up, Kevo? What's up, Brittany? What's going on? What's going on? What you crying about? What you crying about? What happened? What I missed? What I missed? What you crying about? What I missed? What you crying about? What I missed? I've been forgetting to put this up here, man. What's going on, man? This is the price action recap for 727. I've been forgetting to do that. My sweet ain't here to keep me on track. I've been forgetting to do that. Hold that phone. Hold that phone. When did you do this right here? When did you do? Uh-oh. Hold on. Come on. Link in the chat. Link in the chat. Link in the chat. Hold up. Link is in the chat. Kevo, pull up. Kevo, pull up. Kevo, pull up. Link in the chat. Link in the chat. What happened? What happened? Pull up. Link in the chat. Pull up. While we waiting on Kevo to pull up. Yeah, hang in there, Kevo. Hang in there, but still pull up. While we waiting on Kevo to pull up, let's get the pleasantries out of the way. For anybody tuning in on the replay or anybody pulling up right now who don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Al Gore's internet every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I share my thoughts on the price action. I share my thoughts on the stock market. I share my thoughts on where I think the stock market gonna move to, what I think it's gonna do for the day. I'm primarily a option swing trader, but I look at the price action every single day in an effort to show people how a trader would look at the market. I try to share with the cousins how a day trader would, potential trades he or she may take. I try to share with people how a day trader is looking at the market. Everybody wants to be a day trader. So I started Tim's Tidbit out by just trying to share my knowledge on the stock market. And then after I shared everything that I possibly can ever share, I said, hey, I'm going to keep going live every single day to show people what a day trader looks like. I'm a full-time trader. That's what people say. You know what I'm saying? I retired in April 2021. And now I'm a full-time trader. Hey, Kevin, why you ain't pulled up yet? Pull up. Why you ain't pulled up yet? Don't cry. Dry your eye. It happens to the best of us. We get into situations. Only thing I can say is, only reason I asked you to pull up because I just want to talk to you as far as like mindset, what happened, what you think about, what you got into. That's a whole lot of what's up, Red? That's a whole lot of stuff to try to type in the chat. I just want to chop it up with you and see what was going on because, believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Never thought I could be so free. If y'all remember what that is, put it in the chat. What I was just saying right there. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Never thought I could be so free. Tell me what that is. I don't think nobody in the chat old enough to remember that cause Larry ain't in here. Hey, but believe it or not, it's another cousin that's going through the same thing that you going through right now, and they going through it in silence. You know what I'm saying? And you pulling up and talking to me about it can help somebody. Just like when I tried to fight the market back in 2021, first thing I did was get on the call with the cousins and Stocks to Freedom and told them exactly what I did, walked them through it blow by blow, told them exactly what I did to fight the market to lose a whole lot of money, a whole lot of money in one single day, to the tune of about $14,000 in one single day, fighting futures and fighting. Well, I was fighting futures and ignoring options, and it turned out to be the tune of like $14,000 between my futures account and my options account. All and there you go. there you go, Kevo. What it is, what it is, what it is.
How you doing, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What's cracking?
What's happening, man? So I
So
blew I blew my account, man. Had a little small account going there, and kind of married the vein a little bit, and got smashed, man.
okay, got smashed. So you fell in love with your bias and ain't want to let her go, or
Right. I thought it was gonna fall today. I thought it was gonna fall today.
okay, you thought it was gonna fall, so you was stuck in your bias and
Yeah.
you just ain't wanna you ain't wanna switch teams. You ain't wanna
Nah.
switch teams.
Nah.
Okay, walk me through it. What about it? What about it made you feel like it was gonna fall?
I mean, I'm new to this, so I was with the whole SMT, technique, tool, whatever it's called, and
Yep.
I was looking at the VIX and comparing the VIX and the SPY, and to me it was looking like the VIX was showing strength, was making a high low, and at the time SPY was making a um uh yeah the VIX was making a higher low, and SPY was making was it, I think it was making a high high. So I just thought maybe SPY was just going to run stops and then you know sell off, but it just got smashed, man.
All right.
Yesterday I was up like $100, you know what I mean, and
Yep.
today I was up like $30, and I should have just cut it short, but
All right. And you was what you was doing? You were doing options, or you was doing
options,
options because you talking about the VIX. You talking
yeah,
about the VIX, so
options,
you was doing
yeah,
options. Okay.
I was in options, so
Okay. All right. So for anybody who don't know what we talking about right now, the cousin Kevo, you know what I'm saying, he got married to his bias and ain't want to let go. That's the same thing Lil Timmy Rogers did last year in July 2021. I got married to my bias, and I had a options position open that I should have closed. And whenever that's why I try not to trade options and futures together, because I cannot
uh,
not let my options position sway my bias on futures, because it's like if it go the other way, now I'm fighting against myself, and I can't do that. I'm honest enough to admit that, right? So I let my options position. I had a long option position, and so you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go long on the futures, and I fought it until Ninja Trader said, "Hey, you ain't got enough money to cover all this. I'm gonna close you out this position right now." And I lost like a little over $8,000 in futures fighting, and then it didn't blow
uh,
the account. It came real close to it, and then when I said, okay, now the futures done tapped me out, let me go over here and tap out of these options. When I went over there and tapped out the options hit me in the head for the rest of it to round it out to be just north of 14,000 on the day. You know what I'm saying? I didn't blow either account by the grace of God. Neither account got blown, but that's close enough for getting blown to me, because that's a whole lot of money. That's a whole lot of
uh,
money. So Kelvo ain't the only person that do stuff like this. Y'all see little Timmy Rogers sitting right here looking at you dead in your face saying, I've done it. I've been there. So it ain't no knock on the cousin. This just honesty. This grown men being honest about stuff that they doing in this market. You don't get this from everybody. This the part that people hide from you. They hide this part of the game from you. But it ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Don't beat yourself up, bro. On the real, don't
Man.
beat yourself up. We've all been there. And the only thing I can say, just as a learning lesson to everybody that's listening, like he was using the SMT divergence technique with between the VIX and the SPY. One thing that as a learning lesson involved in this for everybody in here, including little Timmy Rogers. One thing we always got to remember is the purpose of the VIX, right? The purpose of the VIX. The VIX is it measures volatility. It measures volatility, so it's not gonna be it's not gonna always be inversely correlated to the SPY. It's
Right.
not gonna always be inversely correlated. It because it measures volatility
Okay.
and and it's volatility of the options being bought and sold. So if if the um if the options buyers and sellers aren't like super fearful or you know what I'm saying, meaning they hedging real heavy or they getting out of positions real heavy, or if it's not, you know what I'm saying, if when big news events coming up, if everything already baked in, the VIX may not be as volatile. So it's like a
Yeah.
lot of times we get it confused where we think, okay, just because the VIX doing this, the SPY got to do that. Just like back in the day, it was an inverse correlation between the SPY and the bonds. But as we seen like recently, the SPY been running it. I mean, the bonds been running up at the same time. The SPY running up over consecutive days, and that's kind of weird. You see what I'm saying? Like it don't be tick for tick, like minute for minute, but like if you look at it over like the day, the bonds typically would be down if the SPY was up. But we've been going through days and weeks where the bonds and the SPY run together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got to understand like the instruments that we looking at and really understand like their correlation. Is it a direct correlation? Is it a relative correlation? Is it an inverse correlation? And like the only divergence I be looking at is like with the different indices because they typically try to run together, and when they putting money in one, you know what I'm saying, since I trade the SPY, I can kind of gauge how much the Dow gonna pull it depending on how much the NQ not playing its part. You know, because like the same stocks are in all three pretty
Right.
much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And but when it come to like marrying your body, like that's like one part of the lesson in it for everybody. Like understand the correlation between the instruments or the assets that you're looking at, and understand like really what they symbolize. Like a lot of people think that the VIX and the SPY just move tick for tick because of the buying and the selling. The VIX is just measuring the volatility of the market based off the buying and the selling of those options contracts.
Yeah.
If the, you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
and the
I think the problem that I'm having right now is just cutting bait, man. Just letting it go. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it
yeah,
go.
that
You
was
know
gonna
what
be
I'm
the
saying?
second part of. That's the second part of it. You got to. We got, and trust me, I I I struggle with that right now to this day. We will let a loser run, and we will cut a winner so quick. It's like we'll cut a winner so quick because shout out ICT. He said this in one of his videos or rants or something one day. He was like, we'll cut our winners quick so we can run back and show everybody, hey, look what I did. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people won't admit it, but we want to stunt on the ground. We want to show off. We want to, even if we showing off to ourselves, even if we look in the mirror and be like, I told you I can do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like we gonna cut them winners so quick. You know what I'm saying? Like Lex say, Tim, you always choking your trades. I stay choking my trades. I battle that right now to this day. You know what I'm saying? But I can see a trade going against me and I let it go all the way down to my stop loss instead of cutting bait early. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I'll let it run all the way down to my stop loss, but I won't let it run all the way up to my profit target. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like, man, it's like you got to were you trading naked, or did you
yeah,
move your
yeah,
stop?
yeah. I mean, I just like, you know what? Yeah, yeah. I had no stops, man. I'm just,
Okay,
because I
no
truly
stop.
believe it was gonna fall. I really believe it was gonna fall. Like,
Yup.
but
And
believing in, that's
yeah,
not
you
gonna help me.
already know. I mean,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? How long you been trading?
yeah. I started last year. I mean, started
Okay,
last
you've been
year. You know
trading
what I
for a
mean?
year. You've been trading for a year, so you already
Yeah.
know it ain't even about what you feel. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I ain't too mad about it. It's a small account, but
Yeah,
it's just,
nah, it don't. Hey, size of the count don't matter. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Don't beat yourself up, but you already know. You already know it's a serious situation. Like we, you know what I'm saying? We here to support each other. We here to tell each other, hey,
sir,
hey,
sir.
hold your head, and all of that right there. And at the same time, we got to hold each other accountable and let each other know how serious the situation is. What we did, we got to think about the magnitude of what we just did. Yes, a
Right, right.
small account, so monetarily it may not be damaging to you, but you got to think about it. If you do it with a small account, you'll do it with a big account, and it's one of them
Yeah,
things where, you know what I'm saying, you have to start to condition yourself to be like, to not say, oh, it's just a small account, I ain't gonna worry about it. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a small account, but I need to fix what made me do. You know what I'm saying? What got me in this situation? The
yeah.
um the quickest fix, the quickest fix to your situation right now is not trading naked. You know what I'm saying? Not trade naked. Always trade with a stop loss.
Yeah, but I'm gonna fall back, man. I'm gonna fall back, for the rest of the year, man, because I can't be losing money like this. You know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna fall back and just start studying more, and you know, just fall
And
back.
do this. And
Mhm.
do this. Don't don't trade live, but don't fall back. You know what I'm saying? Don't trade live, but don't fall back. Keep paper trading, keep sim trading. You know what I'm saying? Keep back testing and
Yeah,
keep forward testing in a sim account. Don't fall back, cause you want to hone your skills. You want to sharpen your skills, and
so,
then but you know what I'm saying. Give yourself a date where you gonna get back on the bike. You know what I'm saying? Give
yeah,
yourself a date where you gonna get back on the bike and, and,
yeah,
and stick to it.
show for sure. But Tim, I want to hold you up, man. I want to watch the show like everybody else. So, man, I'm
Oh
a
man.
fan. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you for pulling up, man, cause trust me, there's some cousins out there that needed to hear this conversation right here.
All
And
right,
like I say, man, don't fall back. Just go paper trade, sim trade, and give yourself a date. Set yourself a date when you want to come back. Like paper trade for a little while, and when you start feeling better about it, set yourself a date and keep that date to come back live. Don't you know what I'm
definitely,
saying? This is a
definitely,
skill that can change your life. It can change the future of your family.
for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? So don't give up on it. You know what I'm saying? Don't knock
Nah.
yourself. Don't knock yourself, but you know what I'm saying? Keep moving. Keep moving forward.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, appreciate
All
you.
right.
Yo, 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 man. Hey, let's get into it, y'all. Trevor, if you was here on time, you'll know what happened. Go to the principal's office. What y'all talking about in the chat, man? What's going on in the chat? Can't complain. Over 70, man, 100. I'm crying about 14. I'm crying about 14. Golly. I'm crying about 14. Respect. Yeah, respect. Respect the Kevo, man. We here for you. You know what I'm saying? We here for you. Keep tapping in. You know what I'm saying? Keep paper trading, keep tapping in, keep practicing. You know what I'm saying? We here. We family. We are family. hey. At the same point, you're gonna lose is part of it, but you learn from it, and don't let it discourage you. Facts, Sanjay. Facts. I've been hearing people who have been in the market for a long while say that they bonds used to be correlated to stocks market is returned to normal. Oh, that the way the bond. Oh yeah. It's going back to normal. That's yeah. I think I got that in my head. Right. Right. That's it right there, Sanjay. You got the risk management. Cause trading ain't about just getting big wins. Trading is about keeping your losses smaller than your wins. That's why like when people ask me, they be like, "Man, what's your weekly goals?" I don't have a weekly goal that's in the sense of other people. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to not lose more than 2% of my portfolio. If I can do that every week, I'm Gucci. I don't care how much I make. I don't care if I make 3%. I don't care if I make 30%. I don't care if I make 50%. I don't care how much I make. My goal is not to lose more than 2%. That's it. My goal is not to lose more than 2% every week. If I can do that, I'm Gucci. I'm Gucci. Um I was listening to the replay. Okay. Yeah. That hey, that stacks. That's a gem right there. That's a gem right there, Kevo. Make sure you journal today's L. Make sure you everything about today, make sure you journal it. Make sure you journal everything about today. You know what I'm saying? You know how when you're a little kid and your mom be trying to tell you not to do something, and then when you do it and you learn the hard way and you remember that, you remember it. Trust me. That people be asking me how I got disciplined the way I'm disciplined, how long it took me to get here, losing $14,000 in one day and having to tell it to my wife. My wife, the sweetest thing in this world. But losing $14,000 in one day and having to stand up in front of Calandra Rogers and say, "Hey, look here, baby. I'm for to go back to work. I can't do this." Telling you, boy. Hey, um, let's yeah, gems right there. Them gems right there. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. We finna talk about the price action from today, but aside the fact of and shout out Kevo for pulling up and sharing. Kevo, we could have stayed on here together talking as long as you wanted to. Cause at the end of the day, what this is about for me is helping as many cousins as possible. And cousins seeing, you know what I'm saying, other cousins being real about their losses is more valuable than us getting on here celebrating each other for having 400% wins, 100% wins, 30% wins, 3 week green, you know what I'm saying, no losses. It's more valuable to hear people discuss actually losing because I'm gonna tell you like this. When I first started trading, I never saw anybody on the internet talking about taking losses like that. They would tell you about this mythical loss that they had years ago, but now they just it seemed like they just this fantastic trader that never lose. And every time I would lose, I would doubt myself. I would be like, man, why can't I get this, man? Why can't I? Why can't I? Why can't I trade like Kiki, man? Kiki don't never lose. Why I can't trade like Stock Baby? Stock Baby always seem like everything he called be money. Like, why can't I do this? You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that everybody take L's. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that everybody take L's. And just knowing that somebody else, just knowing that you are not alone. I am here with you. Just knowing that you're not alone, it changes everything, man. It changes everything. It make you feel like, man, I can do this. Man, I can do this. And then when you learn how, once you figure that out, you feel better about yourself. And then once you figure out how to cut them losses quick and let them winners run, man, you start to be like, man, I can actually trade. I'm actually profitable. Y'all already see when I said I'm gonna get back into trading futures for real. I still ain't took no more than 4 trades. I took 4 futures trades, right? One of them was just went against me. One of them I screwed up, and the other one I think I screwed that one up too. I got to go back and look at my journals, and one of them hit perfectly, right? 1 out of 4 trades was a winning trade, and I'm still net positive on that $2,000 account, right? Reset the account to $2,000, and I'm still net positive on it, right? I'm still, what is it? Let me see. It ain't no whole lot of money, but I'm still net positive. Look here. I ain't got nothing to hide from y'all, man. I ain't got nothing to hide from y'all. See this right here? Y'all see this right here? This the account. I reset this account right here to $2,000. On June 16th, I started trading. I took 4 trades. And it's net positive. $17.99. I'm trading the MES with this account. I set it at $2,000. I took 4 trades, and I lost 3 out of them 4. That's 25% hit rate. 25. That sucks. But I'm still net positive because of risk management. You know what I'm saying? Net positive on 25%. That's a horrible batting average. But because of risk management, I'm net positive. Now imagine little Timmy Rogers when he first started trading, when he used to try to trade with no stop loss and go based off of what he felt. Imagine little Timmy Rogers when he first started trading and he ain't really understand risk management. Imagine what this counter looked like if I lost 3 out of 4 trades before I learned risk management. 3 out of 4 trades lost in the account. Y'all see it right there? Y'all see what that says? Right there. Y'all see what they say? Right there. Cash value. Net liquidation. $2,017.99. I reset this account to $2,000 when I started it. I'm doing better in the sim account. Look at that. I set the sim account to $3,000. in the sim account is up $341.25. I'm doing better in the sim account than I'm doing in my live account. You feel me? You feel me? But it's all about risk management, man. It's all about risk management, and it's all about understanding. It's all about understanding that people take losses. Even day traders, even full-time traders. I'm a full-time trader. And I take L's. You know what I'm saying? My superheroic return to trying to trade futures more like what's the word I'm looking for? More frequently. I'm batting 25%. 1 out of 4. 1 and 3 on the season so far. But it's still net positive because of risk management. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna get off that now. We gonna get into it. We're gonna look at the price action. Let's go ahead and look at the price action, if you want to call it that. I went on live on IG around about 2 o'clock when they got ready to when they released the minutes, the FOMC minutes. Excuse me, I went on live about 2 o'clock, just look at what it was gonna do. I was showing the screen while old Romy Rome was talking and just pointing out different things that was happening, looking at like the movement between the Dow and the NQ and the ES. They when Romy Rome started talking, you can see how they started pumping money into the Dow, right? If you look at this 3 o'clock candle right here, so from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, this the candle that printed on the Dow. Let me move this over here so I can see it a little bit better, right? This long humongous candle right there. Yes, humongous is a word. Look it up in the dictionary. This long humongous candle right here, that's from like 2 o'clock until 3 o'clock. That's the time when they released the minutes up until the time through the time when Roman Rome was talking, right? They started pumping money into the Dow, right? Cause before that, the Dow from yesterday close up until 2 o'clock, this is all the Dow did, just consolidate. You know, we moved up a little bit during the Asian, but from 12 o'clock last night until 2 o'clock today, we went sideways. We did run liquidity right into the 2 o'clock candle. From like 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, we did run a little liquidity below, but as soon as the algos kicked in, it wasn't nothing but gas on the Dow. They start pumping money into the Dow. And I was pointing that out. I say, look here, they pumping money in the Dow. The ES was leading. The ES was leading. Let's see if it's still leading. We look back at Friday's high. Is this Friday? Yes, this is Friday's high. The ES had took Friday's high first, right? The ES had took Friday's high. Soon as the algos kicked on, the ES immediately took Friday's high, right? And we ended there on the ES. And then the Dow hadn't taken Friday's high yet, right? This was Friday high. The Dow was still like lagging, like way down here. It wasn't that low, but I got my snap on. But the Dow was lagging behind, right? And we finally end up taking Friday's high. Get it on the right candle. We finally end up taking Friday's high, but the Dow was like lagging, right? Then the NQ was stronger than the Dow, but it wasn't as strong as the ES. Let me turn my snap. I'm gonna turn my snap off so I can move it around like I want to. Okay, so when we started out at 2 o'clock, let me come to 1500. Let me come here, stretch this out some. So when we started out, you know what I'm saying? The ES hadn't took it. We probably was like somewhere around here like that. The ES had just barely took it out, right? And you can see that the NQ just barely got above it. The NQ was still way down. It was way down here somewhere. And the Dow was down Baby Yo Street in the Range Rover. The Dow was way down here like this when we came on, right? Then put these on 15-minute candles so we can go back. We can go back through time, way back. So 2 o'clock, boom. That's 2 o'clock candle. And then this right, you see that? And like the Dow ain't started running until Roman Rome started talking right here. So this is like this is right here. This is the high of the 215 candle on the Dow, right? This right here is the high right there, that high. And then the 245 candle there, right there. Yeah, so this the news candle right here. Boom. That's the news candle. That's the news candle. And that's the news candle. Right there, boom. So everybody on the news candle. So see the difference? See how far the Dow was down, and then the NQ and the ES. So the ES was like leading strength wise. It wasn't as far away from Friday's high as the rest of them. That's how it was when I first came on. And then look at the movement in the Dow after Roman Rome started talking. That's what I meant when I was saying it was, it was clearer to see when it was live, but I was just trying to give y'all a taste of what it was looking like, what we was looking at on the live, to see how it went to moving after Roman Rome started talking. They just started dumping money into the Dow, right? And since they was dumping money into the Dow, the ES was already up because of what the NQ was doing. So remember I told y'all when the mom and daddy be fighting, the ES be like kind of in the middle sometime, and then when they start pumping money into another one, if they put money in them same stocks that's inside the ES, that's gonna really make the ES take off or drop. It depends on what they doing. And they went to pumping that Dow, and the ES took off. The ES was gone. These 60-minute candles, it ain't give me not one entry. I was sitting there, I was on the live. I said, hey, this not gonna give me an entry. It did not give me one entry because this is a 15-minute candle, right? So from 2:30 to 2:45, only thing we did was take off and get above all of the buy side liquidity that I had marked. We got up here. I want to say I think it might have been a fair value gap around here somewhere. It was either just before you get to this high, or it wasn't. But I think it might have been just before you get to this high. It might have been a fair value gap there that we came up to here, I believe. Let me put some more time on there and see. Okay, I got 75 days on there. Let me go to an hourly. That should be enough. Because I think that was a fair value gap that it had got to. Let me mark this right here. Come here, you. Then let me go back and look. Yes, right there. It is a fair value gap right there. It was. I thought so. I remember seeing that. So it's a fair. It came up here to that fair value gap. It's an hourly fair value gap right there. That it got to the top of once we blast off and started going. Once Rome was talking. Yeah. Between the time when they dropped the minutes and when Rome started talking, we came up, filled that fair value gap, and never looked back. It's like we came up here. Once we got this fair value gap, we closed above this fair value gap on the 15-minute. Broke through, fried this high, 722, broke through, fried this high, traded back down to that fair value gap right there, took off. So it didn't give me no entry. You can't argue and say, well, Tim, it came back to the fair value gap. Nepa, not for me. I don't like going into new trades after 3 o'clock. Unless it's like something super A plus. And this right here, this is not no A plus setup right there. We had them ran so far to the north side, and we came back down and kissed the top of this fair value gap and took off again and got into this daily fair value gap right here, setting a new high for the day. We took out Friday's high and set a new high here, and that gave us a let's look at SPY lean. That gave us a new high on the SPY. Let's look at SPY lean and see it from there. Come on. Y'all sing it with me now. Sing it with me. SPY lean, where you at, baby? Here I go. Here goes SPY lean right here. Here I go. Look how bullish SPY lean looking, man. SPY lean, you looking so bullish, you making me nervous, baby. You making me nervous, baby. Like I said yesterday, if this all before we gonna come back. Y'all remember yesterday when I told y'all, I said, my target for getting into some swings was at this breaker. And I said, I had set an order. If we got to the bottom of this daily fair value gap right here, I was trying to get some calls. I was trying to get some 390 calls, right? On the premium chart, the bottom of this daily fair value gap, the price was $9.25. It was $9.25 at the bottom of that daily fair value gap. I set an order on my platform. I said, if we get to the bottom of this fair value gap, I'm going in. I'm going to get me some calls. I was looking at August 19th for some 390 calls on the SPY, right? For 390 calls on the SPY. That would have put us down to like around about 389 something. See right there, 389. 09 is the bottom, right? So I was trying to get 390 calls on the SPY for $9.25. The cheapest they came down to was $9.50, and they started going back up. Do you want to guess how much they was today at the close for them calls I was trying to get yesterday? I ain't gonna waste your time. You ain't got to guess. $17.25 at the close of today for the ones I was trying to get yesterday. Because I was like, if we come down here, that's inside the range of this breaker. That's inside the range of this breaker. But I'm gonna take it from here off this fair value gap. That's why I was like, if this the only far they come down and then they gonna run back up, I'm gonna be looking at you like, you got me. You got me. That's why I was trying to take it off the old bottom of the gap. The bottom of the gap be getting me every time. But Spalene has made a new high, a higher high, and a higher low. This officially makes this right here, this swing low, a higher low, because we broke above this swing high. So since we was back here in the middle of the road, y'all remember when we was back here in the middle of the road? Y'all remember we was back here in the middle of the road when the bears broke to the downside, and we came back and we retest that breaking structure to the downside, filling this gap, right? While we was coming back, testing that break, retesting that break, right? We broke structure to the upside, right? So when we retest, we came back down. The bears were unable to make a new low, right? And while we was unable to make a new low for the bear side, we was coming back testing the bullish breaking structure right here, right? So we came back up, right? We didn't make a new high, right? We just made we made a higher low, but we didn't make a new high. So boom, that still ain't ain't technically a higher low yet, because we still haven't made a new high, right? I mean a higher high. So we came back down, right? Still unable to make a lower low, right? We made another low. It's still not technically a higher low because we still haven't broken and made a higher high yet, right? On this day right here, July 20th, we broke above this high, which qualified this to be a higher low. So we done came down, we made a high, right? Made a higher low, right? Because we made this right here, we made this higher high right there. So now we've come up, right? Made a high here, right? We made a higher high, right? Because we still above this right here. There go your swing high right there, qualifying that to be a higher high, right? And then we came down here, which turned into a potential higher low. And then what do we do today? We blast above this high, qualifying that as a higher low. So we have came down, we made a low, we made a high, we made a higher low, we made a higher high, we made a higher low. Right there. Right there. There you go. So we made a high, a higher high, and another higher high. So we done made 3 higher highs and 2 higher lows since we made this breaking structure to the upside. That's something that the bears were unable to do on the downside. That's why I say the bulls are really trying to solidify this area right here as the bottom. Is this the bottom? We don't know. We don't know, but it's really getting strong for the bull case, because when you go up to the weekly, I ain't saying we blasting off the all-time new highs. I'm just telling you what's going on right now in the price action. When you go to right here on the weekly charts, right? We came here, we got a weekly breaking structure, right? We got a weekly breaking structure right there. So we got the weekly breaking structure to the upside. We came back and we tested right here, and we came off and we made a new weekly high right there. Right there. We made a new weekly high. But this right here and this right here, you got a higher low, right? And now we got a higher high, and we made a new high on the weekly right there. So now this right here, this high right here, breaking that, qualified this as a higher low. Is a technical higher low, right? And now we've made a new weekly high. We keep on making new weekly highs, you know what I'm saying? So the bull case is getting real good, right? So we came down, made a low, we made a high, we made a higher low, right? And then now we're working on a higher high. Now that we are above this right here, we're working on a higher high, because all we need right now is another week to make a lower high than this right here, and this will be an official higher high, because it's above that breaking structure right there. And will we get up to this fair value gap, or will we get up to this swing high right here? Once we get up to this swing high right here, oh man, the bulls putting they stamp in the game. They're gonna be so close to a new bull market. I was supposed to go look this up, but if I ain't mistaken, I want to say 20% off the low is the start of a new bull market, if I ain't mistaken. Is the start of a new bull market. So let's just say 435, close enough for government work. It's like 434 and some change. So 435 back up here to this daily fair value gap right here. If we come up here and close this daily fair value gap, that should be the birth of a new bull market. Let me see. Let's look. If I ain't mistaken, I think it's start of a bull market. The commonly accepted definition of a bull market is when stock prices rise by 20% after two declines of 20%. So yeah, we done went down 20% twice. We done hit below 20% twice already because we made a low here, we made a low there. I think that low there, let me see. So that's 20% right there. And that's 24%. So that's 1, 2 right there. We went all the way down, and then 20% incline from there is where we at? Get back on my right there. There you go. Come here. Doggone line. How's my thing changing? How did it change? I just did this. And it gave me 430 something. And now it's giving me a total different number. How is this changing? I just did this and it gave me 430 something. Like that. I don't know what just happened. It just gave like just now I was like way up here and it still wasn't saying 20% unless I'm tripping. Yeah, so 434, so 435. A new bull market. If we get up here, it's gonna be real close to starting a new bull market. But are we going there? I ain't saying we going there. Just quite yet, but the bulls are really trying to solidify this as a bottom. Today the feds was coming out talking about they think the job market's still strong. They was talking about pretty much staying on course with how they was raising interest rates. They was Jerome was talking about how it's more stringent tightening in the pipeline, and the market did not die from that. I was on the live, and I was pointing out to the cousin. I said, "This the counters we was on when he said it was more stringent tightening in the pipeline, and the market didn't die from that." So it's like it's still in the thing of like they it's priced in. It seemed like everything that the Fed said today is seemingly priced in. It's seemingly, I don't like to use the term priced in. It's seemingly what the algos expected, because the algos only repriced to the upside. Everything was to the upside. What you say, Stacks? Don't forget last FOMC, she shot up like a rocket and fell the next day. Just be careful tomorrow. Oh yeah, you always want to be careful. You always want to be careful with anything, because dig it now. Look what we just did. Look what we just thinking technically what we just did. We just came up here and filled in a gap down, right? We just came up here and filled in this gap down right here, right? Let's just say this is where the algos wanted to get to, this gap down, because look, they closed inside the gap down. We wicked above it, but they closed inside the gap down. So let's just say this is where the algos wanted to get to, right? So what did they do today? They repriced the gap, right? So now it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for them to rebalance the gap tomorrow. You reprice it this way because it was a gap down, so you skipped everybody. So you come in here and you reprice it, and then you balance it. Shout out ICT. He be talking about rolling the paintbrush. You know what I'm saying? He be talking about rolling the paintbrush. When you he be talking about when you rolling the paintbrush, you roll it up. Let me make this fatter. Let me make this paintbrush fatter. Right? That big as you can make the paintbrush. Okay. Right? But he say you roll the paintbrush up. Come on, get off of there. You roll the paintbrush up. Why does it keep doing that? Okay, you roll it up. Right? Then you roll it down. You want to come over here. Then you roll it down. Then you roll it up. Then you roll it down. Right? Shout out ICT, talk about rolling the paintbrush up and down. So today, we rolled the paintbrush up. Right? So it wouldn't be out of the ordinary to roll the paintbrush back down tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Reprice it, rebalance it. It's a big old gap down. Right here, we got into it, came to this point. Next day, rolled the brush back down. Right? Got into it higher. Next day, wouldn't be unheard of to roll the brush back down. You know what I'm saying? It won't be nothing for that to happen. Push it up, push it down. Now, what would be a very bullish sign tomorrow if we roll the brush down but don't give back all of today? Right? If we roll the brush back down but don't give back all of today, you know what I'm saying? Roll down and close inside this gap. Or if we roll it back down and then start rolling back up, even if we finish down, but we wick back up and finish toward the upper end of this gap, that'd be super bullish, right? What'd be too bullish for me if we gap down and take off? I don't want that. I want us to roll the brush back down. I've been saying this forever. Let's, you know what I'm saying, do nice, clean price action to the upside. Let's do nice, clean price action to the upside. Let's not gap down and take off or gap up and take off because we leaving too much unfinished business down here by stretching the rubber band out too far, too fast. You know what I'm saying? So keep your head on the swivel tomorrow and look for rolling the paintbrush down. If it starts showing you that, hey, I want to roll the paintbrush down, let it roll down. You know what I'm saying? We trade options. We can make money if the stock market going up or down. You know what I'm saying? We got GDP numbers in the morning. You know what I'm saying? This could have been the pump just to dump it on GDP tomorrow. Right? We got GDP and we got initial jobless claims tomorrow. This could have been the pump to dump just to reverse. Because remember, shout out Stocks Today, I think it's called. He always say the characteristics of a bull market is weak openings, right, with strong closes. That's the characteristics of a bull market. Weak opens, strong close. You feel me? So if we get a weak open to this week, which we already did, we got this day, we went down, push back up, weak open, strong close. This day, you know what I'm saying, weak open, weak close. And then today, you know what I'm saying, we got a gap up, take off. So what kind of weekly candles do we have right now? Right? Look what we got right now. Right now, our candle, get on there. Right now, our weekly candle is looking like a weak open, strong close. Right now, that's what it looked like we heading to. You know what I'm saying? But let's do it smart. Let's tomorrow Thursday, right? Let's come back, roll the paintbrush back down, and then start pushing it back up. And then Friday, push up, maybe even to the to fill in this fair value gap right here, to the top, to the low of this candle right here, and that'll give us that green candle with a long wick on the bottom like this right here. These long wicks, That's weak opens, strong closes. You see what I'm saying? Because you got to go down. You get that bottom wick by going down. If you ain't got no bottom wick, that means you ain't go down if it's a green candle. If you ain't got no bottom wick, that means you ain't go down. You know what I'm saying? If it's a red candle and it ain't no bottom wick, that means you closed at the bottom. What y'all talk about in the chat? I think I done ran my mouth enough, man. We on here 55 minutes. Could go either way. I agree with Sanjay. How the market react to Apple, Amazon, GDP, and jobless claims tomorrow will be a big point in the market. Agreed. Apple is the market mover. As Apple goes, so goes the market. I say that all the time. Wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi. You feel me? I need to make that a t-shirt. Wax on, wax off. I probably can't because that's from a movie. I got to figure out a creative way to make wax on, wax off a t-shirt. The algos could go either way. There are two nice fair value gaps on the 5-minute ES chart right now. A low was taken out and a bunch of sell stops are waiting to be collected. Could go either direction. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. It needs to clean some stuff up to the downside. You see this big old 60-minute candle right here? A whole lot of stuff need to get cleaned up in here. Let's drop down to 15 minutes. Look at that. Look at this big old fair value gap right here on this 15-minute. That's a whole lot of stuff that need to get cleaned up, right? We even got some stuff down below today's low that still ain't been cleaned up. It's some stuff down here that still ain't been cleaned up. You know what I'm saying? When we go to taking off too far too fast, we be leaving junk behind. We be leaving stuff behind. You know what I'm saying? Especially on these lower time frames. It start getting real gappy, if that's a word. It start getting real gappy. Look at the 5 minutes, same thing. The fair value gap in the same spot. It's just, you know what I'm saying, spread through. It's stacked. It's two fair value gaps on the 5. So you got one here and one there on the 5 minute, but that's just one big one on the 15-minute. You see what I'm saying? Got a lot of gap work to the downside we need to take care of. Right now, you know what I'm saying, we dilly-dallying below the close right now. We dilly-dallying below the close, looking like we want to come down here and get some of this gap work. So don't be surprised if we wax off tomorrow. We waxed on today. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Is that wax on? Wax on. Wax off. Wax on. Wax off. Yeah, wax on, wax off. Don't be surprised if we wax off tomorrow. You're welcome, Trinisha. It's real gappy. Hey, my mama won't like that. My mama won't like if I make a shirt called It's Real Gappy. It'll be a nice conversation piece, but my mama might not like that. Hey, man, I'm gonna put the link in the chat one more time. I've been on here for 58 minutes. I appreciate y'all for pulling up with your boy. The link is in the chat one more time. If anybody want to share something, anybody want to pull up and ask anything, anybody want to pull up and talk about something that I didn't mention in the price action. I didn't I tried to talk about the price action a little bit, but I want to focus a little bit more on just talking about winning and losing and risk management a little bit. I want to talk about that. Shout out to cousin Kevo for pulling up and sharing with us, because everybody ain't got the courage to do that. Let me tell you, let me come on full screen and tell y'all this, man. Admitting that you lost as a trader is very, very, very embarrassing. I can't speak for everybody else, but for Lil Timmy Rogers, when I first started this out, man, it made me feel like a failure when I had to admit to friends and family that I took a losing trade. It made me feel like a failure. It made me feel like they was going to say, I knew you couldn't do it. Made me feel like a failure, man. That's why I want to take the time and talk to the cousin, you know what I'm saying, about this right here. I want to figure out where his mindset was. I want to figure out where exactly he went wrong. He know where he went wrong. He know exactly what he did wrong. Now it's on him to do the work. For the rest of us out there that might be in that same situation right now it's time to do the work. You know where you went wrong. The first part about it is admitting it. When you admit it, you accept it and you admit it, now it's time to do the work. Do the work to change that. Do the work to change that. You know what I'm saying? If you're trading without a stop, put a stop in. Because ain't nobody gonna submit to that loss. Not me, not you, not ICT, not nobody. You're not gonna submit to that loss. But that computer has no feelings. If you put a stop loss in and it hit that number, that computer will take you out that trade without thinking twice. If you're afraid of getting stopped out, you're lying about your risk tolerance. When the computer hits your stop, you should not feel bad about the money. You should be thinking, man, what did I do? Was it a bad entry? Did I chase? Did it just go against me? Did I just have it wrong? That should be your thoughts. Your thoughts shouldn't be, man, I just lost $50. Your thought shouldn't be, man, I just lost $100. Your thought shouldn't be, man, I just lost $1,500. Whatever your risk tolerance is, it's got to be a true risk tolerance. And when the computer hits your stop, you can't feel no emotions about it. If you get emotional about getting your stop hit, you ain't ready to be a trader. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. If you get emotional about getting your stop hit, you ain't ready to be a trader. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. Shout Tim, you good, man. What you've been talking about for the past 2 weeks have played out. I appreciate you, Trevor. I just talk about what I see on the counters, man. Shout out ICT. I done learned so much stuff from ICT and this man putting it out here for free. I appreciate him. A lot of people have issues with him. I ain't got nobody with being they self. Only thing I can't stand is a liar. If you lying to me, that's when I got problems with you. You know what I'm saying? If you keeping it a buck with me, I ain't got no issues with you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no issues with you. I don't judge people. I take people for who they are. Just don't lie to me. That's all I ask. Yep, I did not have stops on my leaps. I was delusional with hopium. Appreciate that, Michelle Tucker. Michelle Tucker. How to benefit and handle losses in the market would be an incredible book. Yes, it would. Ryan, you should collaborate with writers on something like Fiverr or some kind of platform that have writers. You should collaborate with them and then get it published and do that right there. You should collaborate with some. If you're not a writer yourself, collaborate with some writers and you know what I'm saying, give them the overall idea of what you're trying to do, because it's platforms out there where they have writers and you just hire them and it's a work for hire and then it belongs to you. You know what I'm saying? You write it, and then once you write it, oh, here's a dope idea. Instead of writing, well, write it too, but collaborate with writers and get it written for you, and then get somebody, like go to Fiverr and get somebody to narrate it and make it an audio book and put it on Audible. Boom. Check out the check. I'm finna start, and just because I just said that, I'm finna start putting like ideas, like any ideas I have, I'm gonna start trying to get them into like book form. I'm gonna try to get enough of the idea and get it into book form, and then I'm gonna collaborate with somebody and get it written out in book form for myself. And then I'm gonna collaborate with some I got a homeboy, Jimmy Swanigan, got an amazing voice for anything. And then I got a studio right here. I'm gonna get Jimmy Swanigan to read it, and I'm gonna put it on Audible. Y'all heard it first right here on Tim's Tidbit on 727. But that's a good idea, Ryan. Collab with somebody and make that a book. Do that, cuzzo. It's all about getting paper out here. It's a million ways to get paid. It's a million ways to get paid. Choose one. Period. Towns. Period. Never marry a stock. Never marry an idea. Appreciate you, Kevo, again, man. Victor. Victor. What you said, Victor? Don't pump his. Get off my live, Victor. Get off my live. Stop loss is a prenup. You feel me? I try and look at you never lose when you do. It's a learning lesson. Oh, so you still win. Just keep learning. Yep, that's it. What it is? Hey Tim, it's you, man. You great. You're a great person. ITC just kept you motivated. I appreciate that, Sanjay. Here to learn and share. Sonya, what's going? Hey, Sonya, I like that hat in that thing. Son, you got such a pretty smile. You smile like my wife, Sonya. You smile like my wife smile with her whole mouth. My wife smile like that. You got such a pretty smile. You smile like my wife. Real talk. Real talk. I haven't used ICT strategy yet, but I watch you every day cause you inspire. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Everything I talk about on my videos, everything I trade right now is like ICT setups. Every now and then I might take a momentum trade or something like that, but my main go-to strategy are ICT setups. You know what I'm saying? Because I can get it. It makes sense in my mind. I can make it make sense. It's like calculated. It's mathematical. I got a computer background, so I can make it make sense. So that's my go-to strategy now. But I've been on here over an hour. I'm about to go try to figure out what we gonna eat for dinner. We shout out Alexandra Cartwright with the Wealth Walks. These Wealth Walk shirts make me look so sexy. I be telling I put the shirt on. I just come stand in front of my wife like this right here. Hey, I see y'all in the morning for the overnight price action. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm hoping we wax off tomorrow. I want to wax off tomorrow. We got a lot of downside work to take care of. I want to wax off tomorrow, and then Friday, I just want to come back up to where we at now or a little bit higher. Close where we at now or a little bit higher on Friday. That'll be a beautiful week for me. But I want to wax off tomorrow. I want to go down tomorrow. Let's see what the market give us. I'll see y'all in the morning at 9 o'clock for the overnight price action. Do me a favor. You've been on here this long, hit the like button. If you ain't hit the like button now, hit the like button for me. That's all I ask of you. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Please share this one with somebody because I feel like the conversation with Kevo is more valuable than anything I been said all week as far as price action. Anything I done said all week, ain't none of that more valuable than the conversation me and Kevo had today. You feel me? So share this one with somebody. Somebody need to hear this, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all pull up in the morning at 9 o'clock. We're going to talk about what these candles going to do, man. Gone.